let us jump out on Twitter. Twitter. And clipboard. All right. Take care of a little bit of housekeeping while waiting for people to come in. See how we're doing on this evening. So what were we looking at there? Let's drop back on the 5-minute. There was trying to see if there was actually something I had that line there for. You get the random stray lines out on the chart. So let's go in, expand this out, and we want to minimize widgets, messages, promotion center. Nope. Unlock for trading. No, we're not going to unlock for trading. I am looking. Indicators. Okay, is there a way I can open this up? I was kind of playing around with some settings here. Playing around with some settings, trying to figure some stuff out. So how's everyone doing this evening? We certainly had a fantastic day in the market today. I thought it was under indicators. Oh no, don't want that. Cancel. Cancel, don't want that. Settings. Oh, there we go. Just what I'm looking for. Widget order bottom bar. Okay, nope, none of that's what I was looking for. Just looking through, playing with some stuff. Customize. Oh no, not what I wanted. Screener, market stocks. Chart set. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Is this what I'm looking for? Crosshairs, channel gap, advanced chart. Okay. Who do we have hanging out in the live stream? I know we got one of y'all hanging out in here. I see you. Oh. Okay, EMA. We want those active. We're actually going to pull the simple off. EMA. Where do I set my actual? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Hey! Oh my God, that was so very close. No, you did not get second. You got the first there. How's it going, Bucky? All right, so we want to playing around with some stuff here. I've been watching videos. I've been doing me some learning. we got those. Style. We want you to be, okay, first of all, we want you to be red, playing with some colors. We want you to be, well, we'll let you be gold. Yeah, you be gold. And you will be green. You'll be the color of money. I'm feeling much better from that migraine on Monday. Oh my God, that was brutal. Anyone wanting a migraine, I do not recommend. Hey, Paul popped in. How's it going, Paul? You were snuck in the middle of all those Simons there. So we got that set. Now, our RSI, MACD, those are pretty much standard. Okay, there we go. That is So Stachy, in addition to the RSI, still trying to decide if I want to leave the MACD up there. So how did everyone do in the market today? Okay, I wish there was a way to make that larger. I wonder if I... Oh, no, okay, that does affect y'all. So I actually cannot make that any larger. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we are already on the 5 minute. That's good. So how is everyone doing? I know Danelle had mentioned her husband had some options questions, so he might pop in. I wish there was a way to organize this a little bit better. So yeah, pretty good day in the market. Let me jump in. We are seeing a pullback on AMC. I had mentioned yesterday during the live stream that we could, to be on the lookout for shorting. We did see in the pre-market, itchy eye. We popped up and did see, wait. Okay, that was that closing run, or after hours run. We did see a pullback. First thing in the morning they started that push, and that was what I was warning about. If we basically were allowed to move unchecked, that, could you imagine these run-ups taking place during pre-market? It would have been a whole nother ball game today, and that is something that they're on the lookout for. And it's the same thing. You look at GameStop. Let's kind of expand this out to get a better look at it. Market open, huge pop from GameStop. Kind of got a little bit choppy there, and huge run up. So we know we're getting to them. We're getting in their heads. And it's just screaming for calls right now. Just, So if some of y'all have noticed, I just went through and updated. Instead of running, usually I run the simple 5 moving average. That was what I had been running. I swapped out the 5. I moved from simple averages to the exponentials. I am running... we are currently set up on the board for the 1348. Kind of something I want to look at and get to understand better. Simon, you were first yesterday. What's up with that? That's funny. That's a funny joke right there. So I wanted to kind of have a look at this and see. I hear people talking about, oh, huge gains this, huge gains that. I want to kind of see it in action rather than just. Y'all know when I'm at work, I can't exactly, I can't watch a screen the whole time, so I have to kind of listen. I can only listen to what's going on. Yeah, yesterday Simon was 1st through 10th. So yeah, let me. I'm gonna. All right, we've already got candles. Yeah, we're already set on the candles. Don't need charts. All right, chart display. Show extended hours. Splits earnings. Dividends. Okay, that's good. Oh, none of that will. Yeah, all of that should be good. But yeah, let's. Oh, wrong thing. AMC options. How are we looking going into Friday? This is the big question here. Look at those $20 calls. We are on calls, yeah. 23,600. There is some excitement in the options market right now. It is insane. Waiting to see. These are still fairly light. Y'all know me. I like to see 5-digit contracts on the options. Welcome, guys, to Options with Frank. Yeah. Hey, Shredder, how's it going, man? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, it is kind of Options with Frank. But we don't just talk about options. We can, if people want to talk about crypto, we can talk about crypto. If they're, if people are looking at long-term investment strategies, long-term portfolios, dividend portfolios, we can look at all that type of stuff. It's, we center around options, but no harm in playing other parts of the market. Now, somebody, oh wait, chart, there we go. People were asking about costs earlier, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday that we added that to the list. Kind of a choppy roller coaster. Granted, a lot of stocks today had that early morning pop. Let's look at the indices right now. The SPY did not. SPY was on a fairly downward trend there. Can't stay long. Glad your plan is working out for you. Congratulations. Hey, thanks, Shredder. It's it was the first step. Got to just wait and see what happens. I was out doing a maintenance job. My phone rang and it was the manager for the area, and he's like, "Hey, what you got going on? Can you be by at 10 o'clock?" I'm like, "Well, I'm working on a maintenance right now, but as soon as I finish up," he's like, "Yeah, no rush on it." And I kind of knew right there, and when I showed up and figured that's what he had said. "Oh, I saw you applied for it." So yeah, it was. I think it went well. I just got to wait and see how I measure up to the other candidates. So yeah, pretty lackluster day on the S&P. A little bit of more towards midday, a little bit of excitement on the Qs. In fact, that was a nice little run right there. In fact, I want to kind of zoom in and blow up on that. So the weird thing, the 13 did cross the 48 early, it caught a downtrend. God, it's really hard to see in there. Yeah, so the 13 and the 48 crossed on that candle. It continued downward movement. It's been stated it's not a foolproof strategy. Anything can happen in the market to change stuff. And see, it's different if you're playing shares versus playing options, because shares you can get in pre-market, you can trade after hours. Options are strictly for that day. So maybe it comes down to watching. It did cross over, and we are on 5-minute candles here. It did cross over on that 5-minute candle, held fairly close. I'm checking the Stachy down here. Yeah, that was not a good indicator right there. Looking at it, it looked like a good run up. The thing is, you got no lead up indicator, and by the time you crossed over, ran up, but you were still under the 200. So yeah, it does not. I'm guessing that might have been the warning, the fact that it wasn't above the 200 when it made the move. Like I said, it's something that there are enough people talking about it. I feel that especially as the official Frank the Options guy, the official option channel of the Claybro Market Network, it's my duty. If people are asking about a specific trading strategy, well, I should be out learning it. I should at least look into it. That way, if people ask, we've got the information for everybody. So can I change these, or are these static? I'm just wondering as far as swapping those out, or I'm wondering if I even need the MACD anymore. Because really, I don't know how much I would need the MACD, because I've already got... It was different before because I was running a single moving average. I always played off the 5. And I did good playing off the 5. But now that I've got the 200 and running the 1348 on here, I just wonder if the MACD is something I really need anymore, because it's going to be reflected in the EMAs. So yeah, it's kind of it's going to take some getting used to, that's for sure. If you guys have MetaMask, check your account. I was locked out. Something seems fishy. Beware. We have a public service announcement from Paul Wright Lawns. Just if you're using MetaMask, thank you, Paul, for getting that out there. I do not use it. I'm not even sure what MetaMask is, but if there are people listening who have that, wouldn't hurt to give it a look. Make sure everything's okay there. See, that's why we're such a good community. Everyone's always looking out for everyone. But yeah, so let's that of course was on the cues. Not too much excitement on the Russell. Yeah, we will regroup tomorrow, Shredder. Are you going to be heading out, or I know you said you can't stay long. I'm assuming you're heading off. Definitely thank you for stopping by. It's great, just having people come in, spend a little bit of time smashing the like button, letting people know about the channel, helping get the word out. Do-do-do. Simon, no spamming regard. Yeah, Simon was straight blowing up the chat. That was great. I love that interaction. Yes, I'm just wondering, because they were saying that if you are below the 200, and for those, if you're having trouble seeing on your screen, I've got the 200 set up as 200 set up as the yellow, using the 48. 48 is in red, and the 13 is green, and I use the colors like that because the strategy is dependent upon the 13 crossing over the 48. So, when the green moves above the red, that's your green light for the high side being playing calls. If the green moves below the red, that is your green light for playing puts. And all that is dependent upon, are you above or below the yellow? That's the understanding that I have on it. So if you're below the yellow on the 200 MA, and you see the green duck below the red, then essentially that would be your time to play puts. Now, y'all know me. I'm the options trader who likes to roll covered calls, likes to play cash secured puts. I like to play things that are backed, and I don't like to have time working against me. So, this strategy, the 1348, is centered around buying puts and buying calls. So this is the buying side of the house. I don't, historically, I don't dabble too much on that side of the option chain. As far as, I like to be the seller. I like time working for me. But, the fundamentals behind this, or not the fundamentals, but, the mechanics behind it, they do make sense. And granted, it was above, it ducked below. So yeah, you were above your 200 here. The price started to move down, started to flirt with that 200, started to get below it. So you would still be unsure, and then you hit that, you hit the crossover. Now you have two green candles. You're still holding below. It came up and tested. This candle right here ran up, and the wick is just barely below the 13, but it was still continuing downward. So yeah, that's I might pull a little bit of money together, and I might start playing with this. And people are just bragging about its success rate and everything. Well, this could be it sounds, from what everybody's been saying, it is a super viable option position, or option strategy. Even just going off what I know about options, I definitely see I see the merit of it. I see the potential behind it. Never having I just set this up. First thing I did in the live stream was go through, figure out how to swap it over from the MA to the EMAs, and put all this together, and I'm already seeing the potential for it. The only thing left to do is to play around and see if Ford never got the. Going off these, Ford was just on a downward trend the whole day. Granted, the 48 was above the 200, but it continued on a downward trend. It broke through the 200 and continued. So I'm not sure what the rules are as far as when you open split like that. When your 13's on one side of the 200 and your 48's on the other, basically giving you that. Yeah, that's a stop signal. Not the. I was trying to remember if it was an upside down stop signal or a regular stop signal. But with the 13, yeah, I'm gonna play around with some, have a look at different stocks on here, and just kind of. Hey, if anybody in the live stream, if you have stocks you want to look at, we can take a look at it and see how we can look and see how the 1348 would measure up. I mean, this is an options channel for the community. So yeah, if y'all have anything y'all want to look at, kick a ticker and let's have a look at it and see if we can figure this out and start making money together. I know I'm already going to be looking at some of the regular stocks that I like to play. You know, I've got my list of I've got a list of favorites and I've got a list of gambles. So it'd be kind of interesting to see how they measure up. So let's go in. I'm not seeing. No one's kicking tickers. No ticker kickers out there? Let's see. Who do we have here? Who do we have? I don't necessarily. Yeah, let me look at some that I'm actually long on, some that I hold in the portfolio. Those are good because they're stocks I already, for the most part, know. You know, I don't know them like I know AMC. So AT&T, and apparently the strategy you can play on the 5, the 30, the hour, the 4 hour. You can play this by any time frame as long, you know, you can go as long out on the strategy as you want, you know, the greater time period. Just keep in mind, as you increase your time period, like from 5 to 30 to 4 hour, you're going to want to, your options that you purchase, you're going to want to go further out the greater your span is, because you always need time to be right. And so that's, this is definitely a time where, you know, looking at stop losses and preserving capital would be important. You know, lately we've been talking about playing the wheel. Well, on the wheel, you don't mind your shares being called away. But that's on the selling side of the house. This is the buying side. So, you know, with these, you're running back to that unlimited upside potential. So yeah, I'm still gonna, you know, I'm still looking at the wheel. I'm still looking at the two option, the two company, you know, the twin snakes, the Viper and the Cobra. Still looking at those, but you know, I would be a fool not to, you know, at least to look at this strategy and you know, even in a very limited capacity, add it to what I'm doing. So AT&T is not showing me anything spectacular there. Pop in CSX. Volume's really low. Oh, I should almost do a stock screener on this. Screener. Okay, let's go through. Market cap. We do want over 1 billion. Let's see. Market cap. Don't care about price. Volume is going to be important. Net margin, technical indicators, analysis rating, manageable. No, those aren't. Return on investment. Let's just play with these real quick. Market cap and volume. This is part of when you're going through and you're building a long-term investment portfolio. You're going to want to be looking, you know, a certain percentage of your portfolio. You know, you want your high caps. There are some stocks that are super, you know, penny stocks. Penny stocks, for a lot of those don't offer dividends, so you kind of want to play around. Using a stock screener like this is a good way to look through and, you know, try and weed out stocks that aren't really, you know, that you're not that interested in. So volume, we'll go with an even 1 million. We can max that out. Market cap. Can I click on that? Oh goodness, come on. Market cap come down to an even 1 billion. Oh, we got Simon a lot. We got Bucky Barnes laughing. All right, let's see if there's any other. I know y'all can't see the filters. Turnover rate. I'm not sure about any of these others. Price per earning, earning per share, dividend yield. Those are irrelevant. Yeah, I just wonder. Price. Let's play around a bit. Let's bring these prices down just a bit. We're going to go for stocks that are between, let's say $20 to $50 per share. Let's see how that kind of cleans up the list here. So we only have 1,262 stocks to look at here. Hey, Kalani, what's up, man? Oh, you haven't missed too much. I've just been we've been going through, kind of giving a look at that 1348 that people have been talking about. I'm in the stock screener right now, just playing around, trying to find different stocks in here, see if there are any that stand out that could possibly be used to implement this. Filters. Do they have a thing for turnover rate, listing date, sector? Price. No, I don't care about that. Net margin. I wish that. See, y'all can't see the indicators I'm looking at right now. I was trying to see if there's anything in here as far as it's like trying to look at stocks, for playing options if they don't have options. So I think we might be good right there. God, we still got 1,200 stocks here. Volume. So let's see if there's any. Oh, total match is 329. Okay, so we don't have. We're not that over. You know what? Let's add sector in here. We might be able to narrow this down a bit more. Tech sector. We want tech stuff. Technology equipment, software, IT services. Collective. Nope, don't want that. Don't want that. Insurance. Can I select multiples or just one? Technology equipment, telecommunications, software IT. I'm looking tech sectors. Pretty much, I want to kind of tailor this up more towards the NASDAQ 100. And that is the ticker represented by the Qs. So I'm kind of looking through. We're here to cherry pick specific stocks. So yeah, let's go through energy, fossil fuels, not worry about that. Renewable, no, we're not going to do renewable, mineral, transportation. We'll throw transportation in there. It only takes us up to 64. So we've actually got a really good, really good set of filters here. Automotive. Okay, 75. We'll call it good right there. And we shall call this techies. And let's save that. Okay, so the cool thing. I need to jump over real quick. I want to see if I can. Okay, so that is what y'all see. So we want to kind of look at how everyone is performing, and you can see a lot of these. I bet if you line them up next to next to the Qs up to the Nasdaq 100, a lot of these would follow pretty close to what the Qs are running. So we're going to kind of peek through. Hey, Kalani, if you have a ticker that you're interested in looking at, we're just looking for stuff to measure against, to measure on that 1348 trading strategy. Lyft might actually be a good one. I like how Lyft is on an upward trend where everybody else is on a downward trend, but it looks like it's still following the market. Norton LifeLock, maybe. Just kind of peeking through, trying to find something that looks interesting. The most important thing is if you're going to be playing options, it's best to play stocks that you know. So yeah, if I see ones that are on here that are already on one of my watch list, then that's kind of a green light to me. 1348 is it is an exponential moving average trading strategy, which can be used towards stocks and options. It is a buyer's side. As y'all may know, I play more on the selling side, but as you know, as Claybro's kind of options guy, I'd be doing a disservice to the community if I didn't start figuring it out and understand what it's all about. So yeah, I've just been kind of. Okay, so that is saved, so I can go to my Techies Energy, high dividend yield bank stocks, high market value. Okay. Part 1, I have 100 PROG. Is there anything I do right now with calls puts on Robinhood? I don't care if I lose everything. Yeah, we can certainly jump over. We'll look at PROG first thing. Oh. What on earth? Oh, no. There we go. Stocks. Right now it's not. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I actually I pulled some covered calls on my PROG, not caring if they get called away, and we're actually higher. They expire this Friday. The contracts are currently worth $17. I collected $10 premium when I opened them. The earlier you open, the better you have of gaining, of catching your theta. Option wise, let's get in PROG on options here. So the thing is, Paul, you could sell covered calls on them. Now you are taking a little bit of a gamble here. Right now, on where everything closed today, options prices, this is showing what it was at close. What you're looking at is the fact that if you sold covered calls, you'd be receiving $17 a premium with them. If on Friday it closes above $1.50, then your shares get sold for $1.50 a share. You make $150 off the selling of the shares and an additional $17 worth of premium. Currently, if you went out and sold them outright, you'd make $165 as opposed to $175. If this on Friday runs up to $1.90, then essentially you would be out the difference. Playing the $2 covered calls, you only collect $2 worth of premium. So the max you'd get there, if it filled, would be $202. You paid $1.33. So yeah, you could totally go through and you could go through and sell them tomorrow and get $165 and take that money and reinvest it somewhere else. You could go ahead and play covered calls right now. Depending on what the premium you get is, you get this premium. If it drops back down, if it closes out on Friday at $1.49, well, you collected a couple bucks premium, 17 in this instance, and you keep your shares. You could do the same thing next week. So you could literally keep rolling $1.50 covered calls on those, selling them until they finally sold. And they could sell as easy as early as Friday, because looking at the chart, the last time, after hours wouldn't matter. The last time, so it was below $1.50 in the early morning of, what day was this? Of the 22nd. So yeah, that would be one thing you could do with them, Paul. You could, and see, not caring if you lose everything. Well, the fact is, you wouldn't lose everything if you're playing a covered call. When it sells, you get the price. If you're doing $1.50 covered calls on one contract, when that sells, you get you would get $150 back. Well, you would be selling a covered call, and all it would happen is, after the covered call, so you sell a covered call, and this is, we will walk through the actual how the wheel works on this, because this is a perfect example. So you would go through and you would sell a covered call. You would sell a call option at the $1.50 strike. You will collect your premium. Now, come Friday, you have your phone signed in. Okay, yeah, I can actually show you right now. This won't take effect till tomorrow morning. So you will click on PROG, hit the trade button, and select options. So at this point, you would have you have the start with the discovery, and then you have all the you have March 25th, April 1st, April 8th. You have all your dates there. So if you were looking to do a weekly revolve on it, you go and click on March 25th. So it will bring you to this screen, and you want to make sure that the settings you have clicked on the top, you want to make sure you are on the sell, and you want to make sure you are on the call. And if you look, let me see how close I can get this in. I'm not sure how well it's going to focus. I'm not sure if it's focusing there, but you'll see I actually have it set up. I've already got my covered call on there. Hey, Pika. Hey, no problem with just listening. I appreciate you stopping by just to hang out for a bit. So, Paul, you'd be on call, you'd be on sell, and you would smash the like button earlier. Awesome. Thank you, Pika. So all you would do is on where it has the $1.50 call, you would click on that to light it up. At the bottom of the screen, it would come up and say short call, continue. So you click on that, and it would take you to the next page where it would have, you can select how many contracts, you can set your limit price, it'll show you your minimum credit at that price. So you would essentially have this screen showing up, and there's a little arrow pointed downward. If you clicked on that, hey, Kalani, no problem, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out a bit. I appreciate everyone who stops by the channel, even if they're just stopping in to pop the like button and say hi. Okay, yeah, no problem, Paul. I can wait. Even if you're just popping in to say hi and hitting the like button, and it helps. Every little bit on the channel helps. Every little interaction. When you click on $1.50, it says sell. Well, the top portion of the screen should say sell call, and at the bottom it should have. Wait, did you? Oh, okay. you clicked on the bar itself. If you click on the little capsule, if you click on where it has a little pill on the right side where it says 17 cents. It has a little pill, 17 cents inside the little pill with a plus sign on one side. If you click on that, it'll light it up and it'll give you a check mark. I don't know how well you can see there, but it'll give you the check mark instead, and at the bottom it'll say short call. Now I think if you just clicked on the way you did it, where you clicked on it and it brought you up to the sell screen with the sell at the bottom, I think that would be if you just wanted to go in, and you've heard people say slap the ask, meaning you just want to fill, you don't care about the price, you just want the option to go through, give me whatever price you've got. If you do it the other way, by clicking on the pill and then going through and clicking where it says short call at the bottom, then you can go in and you can adjust. You can set how many you want. You can set your limit prices. You can fine tune it, within reason. And once you're satisfied, on that page it has in the center where you can either click on the down arrow. There'll be a little green down arrow. If you click on that, it'll bring up the visual representation of the trade, the green wedge and the red wedge. But at any point you can click on review. Now I can't actually go forward from this point because the 100 shares that I have are already tied up as collateral. No, when you're on the page with the pill, after you click the plus sign and it turns into a check mark, at the very bottom it should say short call. Short call, continue. If you click on that, it takes you to the next page after you've selected your green pill. Sorry about if it was out of focus. My camera doesn't like being really close to, really zoomed in. Were you able to see it now, Paul? Been watching a lot of Kev's vids. I'm stuck on the whole, what am I doing in my life to build wealth and net worth? Trying to figure out how to grow my assets safely on $35,000 a year. Would also consider alive. Would you also consider a live when you trade, and why and what you're doing? I'm so new to everything, especially stock. Okay, I missed those comments while we were going through everything. I'm going to take a picture. I don't know if... Oh, let me get in there real quick. Selling limit, min credit, price review. Yeah, so that's the page where, if you're only selling one, it should already have one set up. If you're looking, usually when you come to this page, it has already selected the middle price. So as you can see, your bid is at 15, your ask is at 19, your center would be 15. Well, if you look, it should already have those, where it says limit price, it should say between 15 to 19, and 17 is the highlighted on the side. So when you're at that point, you're pretty much already, you're already looking like you're right in the middle. And I usually just, a lot of times when I'm doing options, I want the fill, so I always go for the mid. If people want to haggle over, $2 or $3 on the high side or on the low side, they can haggle. I'm getting my fill right away. So from there, that is where you would click on review, and I actually can't see what. Oh, hang on, I can. Let me go over to AMC because I have shares that I could enter into. So let me make sure that I don't care what what it looks like. I'll grab any price here just so I can get to that page. Yeah, so then all you would have, it would take you to the page where it basically, oh, pardon me. It would basically show you your order and tell you to swipe up to confirm. Once you're at that screen, you swipe up and it would start working towards filling your order for you. And it'll give you notification. Sometimes it's instantaneous. Sometimes if the price is moving around a lot, it may take a couple minutes, or you can resubmit the order. But a lot of times you can just you have the order set, you send it off, and when it fills, it lets you know, and at that point you have a covered call entered. Have the most special viewer in the entire multiverse on the channel right now. Most special viewer. Give me just, I see you sent a picture, Paul. Give me just a second here. Yep, I see you. It came through. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so on that screen, so if this is if the market was open and this is the price that you wanted, and this is the price you wanted, that everything in the contract, you want one contract, you want to fill at 17 cents per share, your minimum credit, you will receive $17 in premium for entering this contract. You will be putting up 100 shares of collateral of 100 shares of PROG. That is your collateral. At this point, you would swipe up and the order gets sent to the market. You could send this order through right now. We don't know what the options are going to look like in the morning. It could drastically change. After hours action really can. Let's jump over on the chart. We're not seeing too much. When you look at where PROG is, you're not seeing too much of a change here. It is moving around a bit. But if that is a fill that you are good with, if you swiped up right now, that order would get sent. You'll get a notification. Your order will be processed, or your order will be submitted when market opens. You could submit this order right now, as it stands. And if the market opened up, and if there was someone who had was looking to buy a call option at $17, it would immediately go through. So yeah. The great thing about this is, you're playing with PROG here. It's $1.50 a share stock. Oh, you are most welcome. This is $1.50 stock. I'll show you the exact stock that I used. You're awesome. It went through. Thanks. If it doesn't work, I'll send you a bill. P.S. Nothing. Yeah. So I'll show you. This is the exact stock that I started playing options with. Denison Mines. When I started playing at this stock, it was bouncing around. I think it was between $1.05 and $1.15. I think I picked up 200 shares, and I just went through and I was playing with it. I used a sub $2 stock to play with options to start to understand them. And I played around with them for a bit, and then I moved over and started playing with a $5 stock. I built up, from a simple stock into $5 stock, $10 stock, and just it was a little bit of trial and error. I learned real quick. When money's on the line, you learn quick. But I didn't have. See, Paul, you've got an advantage here. God, you are most welcome. But yeah, I started playing with a stock right in the same range that you're looking at on PROG. And yeah, I know PROG, the upside potential. I've stated on this channel that PROG has a potential to hit I'm looking at $18 to $24 a share. It has the potential. But for some reason, even with any catalyst that comes out, The share price has not broken, and we can drop back on the daily, and we are looking. Where was it? I thought we hit. Didn't we hit six? Oh, derp. We're still on Denison. PROG. There we go. More like it. We hit right here. We ran up $6.20 a share. That was a perfect setup right there. And for some reason, it just will not return to that level. Everything is in place. They've got patents. Fundamentally, they're a solid company. Their technicals, they are a solid company. They have been shorted down. They've been shorted down greatly, and for some reason, they're just not. They're not coming back. They're not swinging up to the upside. I mean, look on the screen. I've still got those windows open on the buying and selling zones. These have been holding for so long. I actually had to move these down after the pullback we saw. But yeah, the fact that so did you actually send that? You sent that order through to the market, and it's standing by for market open in the morning. So yeah, that's and the thing is, after it goes through, if it goes through and Friday it closes, what will happen is an hour before market close, your contract will be locked. You cannot make changes. You can't back out at that point. Now, if PROG moves around and those lose value, remember, you're on the selling side. If this number goes lower, you can exit and capture those profits if you're not wanting to flip. But if you're looking to flip it, then the following week, all you do is you'd switch over to cash secured puts. You could enter the exact opposing contract. You're still playing the $1.50. You're still selling. You're collecting premium, but now you're playing on the put side of the house instead of calls. Remember, think of it as a quadrant. You have buying calls, selling calls, buying puts, selling puts. Two of them are bullish, two of them are bearish. And one of the key things I try to get out there is when you're on the selling side, every day, 2 out of 3 things will happen. There are 3 things that can happen. The stock price goes up, the stock price remains the same, the stock price goes down. If you are a seller, 2 out of 3 are good for you. 2 out of 3 are you making money. So yeah, your first call, Paul, yeah, and it's $17. Okay, well that's $17 you didn't have. And if you flip those shares and it keeps playing in the same zone, eventually you could, if this sat long enough and kept playing the margins and moving up and down, 15 cents up, 15 cents below, you could keep playing this and like compound interest. Eventually you would gain more shares. You could roll it back in. It went through waiting for morning, it says. Yeah, your order was sent to the market, but it will not be processed until after it would be 9:30 Eastern. 8:30 Central where I'm at, it'd be 9:30 Eastern. Options, that contract will sit, it's basically sitting in limbo until the market opens tomorrow. Once the market opens, that's when they'll attempt to match you up with a buyer. So I'm just kind of popping in here. I want to check a couple of little things in here. It is a shame on AMC we could not hold all those gains we got today. We had a killer day. Did we? Let me flip over. Okay, yeah, we did close. We did close above 20 on the day. So, we're seeing those. Let me jump over on the chart. Oh, we're still in the daily. We want the 5-minute. So if we look through, we are still seeing those, we're seeing higher highs. We're seeing higher highs, we're seeing higher lows. So we have broken the trend. And looking at it, now we were getting, nice light gains through here. Oh, I don't even know what that line's on there for. Old line, it can go away. If I can't remember what the line is on there for, we don't need the line anymore. But as you can see, y'all know me. Since I started to drop lines, dropping the straight lines and everything, I have no problem with dropping them. But if you look, going off the 200 EMA, the 200 EMA is supporting it almost the entire way. We did have this little dip down, little punch through, but that is in the first 15 minutes of market. What have I told everyone about the first 15 to 30 minutes? You're going to see higher volatility. So a downward punch through a level is to be expected. We did go down. We skirted on the 200 right there, but it continued on an upward trend. So yeah, we are in a zone. If we're using the 1348 EMA, which we just set up today, using that, we are in a position where we should still be buying calls. Now in after hours, let me open this up just a bit so we can see it better. Again, we are flirting with that 200. If we carry through into the morning, calls could be in order. Going into tomorrow, the buying of calls on AMC could really, well, they've been printing. I was over on, I was on Short the Vix's channel there for a little bit early in the morning. I caught Short the Vix later on, I think it was later on in the day, and Gabe was on. I don't know if you know Gabe. Short the Vix, he does a lot more of the day trading side of the options house. I run a little bit longer. I swing trade. I'm just I'm looking at the day trading. I've done a little bit of myself, but he does a lot of the day trading there, and so I popped in, was kind of hand on his channel. Gabe, Review Dork, he was in there for a little while. I think the channel, the energy in the channel actually came down a little bit. Nothing against Review Dork. He's got awesome information, great channel great information for the community. But it just seemed there's a lot more excitement on Vix's channel before Gabe popped in there. But yeah, having both them in there, so much information. It shows because I know options. I've got my own strategies and everything. But just hearing it made me want to come home, and it's like, all right, let's get the 1348 up. Let's really start to to dig into it and see if there's a way to incorporate the 1348 into the strategy I'm already running. He has a lot of there were like 3,200 of us in there earlier. I could not believe it. So yeah, I wanted to check a couple other... Oh, Lyft. That's what we were going to look at. Because we just went through... hey, Paul, so, you're on Robinhood. It would not hurt, totally up to you if you want to do it, but it would not hurt to jump in, You see how I use Webull. Even if you don't want it for the trading aspect, if you're doing all your trading on Robinhood, there's nothing wrong with it. You don't even have to open an account. You can literally go on Webull, and you can use Webull's tools without having to have an account on it. So if you got your laptop and everything, it might be worth worth opening it up and having a look. And they got paper trading. I don't know if the paper trading goes for options also. But you see how much I use it. Lyft on the NASDAQ. So again, Lyft is... it did make a move above the 200 EMA. So it meets that requirement. Well, yeah, the only thing I've got on Weeble is my Shib token, my Shib. That's all I've got on Weeble. So, other than Shib, I do everything else off of. I do everything else on Robinhood when it comes to actual trading outside of my crypto wallet. But Weeble, the tools are that good to where we're not running Robinhood on the screen right now. We're running Weeble. I mean, it's just got that much better tools. So Lyft is one of the stocks we identified using the screener, and I think using the numbers that I was looking at. Hey, Claybro, welcome, man. Been hanging out for 20 minutes while those videos were uploading. You're awesome, Frank. Keep up the good work, man. Hey, Claybro, thank you so much, man. You are the granddaddy of the channel. So much of this just as a result of of the community, a channel of the community, by the community, and for the community. So yeah, looking at it, Paul, we went through, and the important thing, if you are using a stock tracker, make sure use it to the best extent you can. You went through. I saw. Yeah, Clay should have had a wrench already. I just sent him another wrench. Yeah, no problem, Clay, bro. But yeah, make sure, because part of what I'm looking at is options can be especially tricky on penny stocks. So that's why I went through, I wanted a market cap over $1 billion. I was looking through, and I want stocks that trade a lot. That's why I went through, daily volume of 1 million shares. Because if it's not trading, then you're not going to have the movement. You need movement in a stock if you're going to be playing any kind of moving averages when it comes to just the shares themselves, if not options. So yeah, going through, go through, and let's do a pull wrench for Clay. I already gave him the clay. I already gave him his wrench. But yeah, so you go through, filter out to make sure you're not overloading, because you saw there are thousands of stocks out there. Well, okay, I don't want thousands of stocks to look for. I think I got it narrowed down to 75 stocks, and that was just based off, I even went through, give me stocks that are between $20 to $50. Well, without even looking, let's go, I didn't look before. So looking at Lyft, single option call side of the house, our contracts, if you're going to be playing the 13 EMA or 1348, going out, and you can go and say you only had $1,000 to spend. Well, if you're getting a stock that has, a $500 premium you have to pay to enter, you can only enter 2 contracts. So really, you're not You're not giving yourself that flexibility that you're looking for. So with this, if I was looking to get in on lift and enter into calls, and I was sitting on, if I was sitting on $1,000, well, I could easily enter into 10 contracts. It's going to cost me $430 on the 13 EMA. Hey, Josh, welcome to the live stream. I'm going to go have some dinner. You guys enjoy your night. Hey, thanks, Clay. We will see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow on your live stream. Always good to have the bro daddy pop in on the live stream here. So yeah, looking at it, if you had $1,000 to play around with, you could easily enter into, you could easily have, 10, 20 contracts. Now remember, never risk your entire position. I've stated that before. Wherever you're at in your portfolio, don't risk it all. You can. One thing you can even do is when you're going in, okay, you know that you possibly want to run a total of 10 contracts. Well, you pick your entry point. If you say you're playing calls and you get your crossover you're looking for, well, go ahead and enter 2 contracts and wait and see. If it continues to move a favorable direction, enter another two contracts. You enter slowly. After that second or third tick, now remember we're playing on the 5-minute here, but enter in, you don't have to do, it's not all or nothing. You can enter in with 1 contract at a time. Enter 1, look at it, still moving good, enter 1, moving good, enter 1, moving good. Okay, now I'm ready to enter the rest, because you're getting that confirmation. And stepping in slowly, if the stock decides it's going to turn and run the wrong direction, well, looking at it, would you rather risk, and keep in mind these are 2 days, you would want to play further out. Remember, you want to give yourself time to be right. It just, we were already on this when it opened, so I was using this as the example. If you enter into 1 contract and you are wrong, the max you're risking is $43. If you YOLO in and enter in, 10 contracts for $430, 20 contracts for $860. If you YOLO in and you're wrong, then you're going to take a hit. You're going to take a hard hit. So, if you're looking at, and that's why I picked lower price stocks, because the average investor has something like $300 to $350 a month that they can put into the market. Well, if you're playing, let's jump over to the wonderful little SPY, the S&P 500. If you've only got $350 a month to play with in the market, you can enter 1 contract in the SPY until you get up to the 447 strike. You can enter 2 contracts. So by using that filter and going through and screening through the stocks, look for those lower prices. There's nothing wrong with playing options on a lower price position. And with that, you give yourself more flexibility. And remember, it's not about how much, everyone wants to make money in the market, but more important than making money is preserving capital. If you are preserving your capital, if you're playing a smart defensive game in the market, if you're worried about wealth preservation, well, it's either going to trade sideways or trade up. If you're limiting your risk on the downside, well, the other things you can do is trade sideways or gain money, gain on your position. So don't think of it as I want to go out and I want to crush it. I want 1,000x on my options. No, go in. Don't be afraid to take your profits. That's getting in is easy. You pick your point. You see where you want to get in at, and you're like, okay, buy. Buy the option. Enter the position. Getting out, it's always hard to, each person has to decide when they want out. You hear people talking like, yeah, I got these calls and it's to the moon or bust. That is the wrong thinking, because usually if you're playing to the moon or bust, Bust is more than happy to accommodate you. And a lot of times, you ride those stocks, you'll ride them straight down to zero. So, play defensively, preserve that capital every chance you get. You're not going to win every single trade out there. Forgot to say hi, Frank, as well. Dinner is ready. Have a great night. Hey, thanks, Josh. Thanks for popping in, Josh. That's I appreciate every person who pops in here. As as short of a time or as long of a time as people come in to hang out. I appreciate all of you. So we looked at Lyft. Let's go back over. What do we have? Okay, I need stock screener. So we got our screener. Where was that? This? There was a screener. My screen. Techie. Yeah, so I screened it down to say, oh, hey, there's one of my favorite. Okay. That was easy. No, we're not looking at staples. Hog. As soon as I saw that one on there, I'm like, yeah, that's what we'll look at next. I did not think Hog had the volume. So looking at it, they are definitely on the trend that they're on right now. They are definitely in put position. Let me get a secondary look here. HOG. How long have they been on a downward trend? Ooh. They were holding nicely. Whatever happened after hours, they gapped down. Looking at it for all of yesterday, they were above the 200 EMA, and they gapped down this morning below, and an immediate cross to the downside. Yeah, there was literally just nothing holding them up at any point. That was just a steady downward run. So yeah, if you were playing puts, there were a whole bunch of tags. Now, some of the information I saw said that you can actually add the 30 EMA to this for a little bit tighter margins and a little bit better confirmation. But this looks like a prime example. So on this, as soon as it broke, at any point where both the 13 and then the 48 both dropped below the 200 EMA, you could have bought puts right there. And from how I understand it and everything I've picked up, these tags, if it's tagging the 13 with the wick, you're okay. All the way down. As soon as the body crossed, and if I was playing this and having it ride down the whole way, and as soon as that green candle punched above, punched right through the 13. Now, granted, it continued downward, but from everything I was seeing, that when it moved back above the 13, that would be your warning. That that would be a good time to exit. And figuring out when to exit, when to capture your profit, that is the hardest part about. That's the hardest part about any trading, is figuring out, when have you made enough? Yeah, but Harley, that was a perfect setup. What are options currently at? We're looking at puts. We will go, let's go April. So yeah, puts in April right below one of these two, at or just below. With everything they were saying, those would be the ones to enter into. I just noticed Hog is Harley Davidson. Yeah, I always remember Hog because there's an actual group. It's called Harley Owners Group. And the initials for the Harley Owners Group is Hog. So I saw Hog and immediately knew it was Harley Davidson. So yeah, not necessarily, don't have to go that far out. Let's check. I'm checking premiums right now. So yeah, I would maybe, if this was a position that I was looking to get into, going off the 13 EM or going off the 1348 strategy, I would be looking for a continuation below the 200 EMA tomorrow. And if you were sitting on a grand, now there aren't many not many open contracts for that right now. The problem is these are weeklies. You are not going to see as much action on the weeklies. So if you wanted more open interest, you've got to check the monthly. You see, monthlies, you're getting more interest in them. So I think if I'm going to be, if I start playing around with this, I think I'm going to be looking more towards maybe doing one or two trades on a Monday, just so I can roll with the options that are ending that week. And they would be day trades. I would not be staying in any of these just because if I'm playing off the 5. Hey, no problem, Pika. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good evening, and we shall catch you tomorrow. So you can go in. Oh, yeah. I fiat loyal to you also. Yes, I actually do know how to pronounce that. I wasn't just setting Clay up for failure. I actually know how to pronounce that, which is kind of funny because I'm a science nerd, so volcanoes and stuff. Clay totally missed that too. God. Tell him 1 hour 22 minutes in. Oh, who all is still? Paul, you're still in the chat, right? I'm assuming because you're asking Pika to hold on. Uh, Paul wanted Pika to hold on for something. It's like we're waiting on Paul now. The suspense is killing me. What's going on, Paul? You wanted Pika to hold on there for a minute. Our friend Drew's Property Maintenance LLC is going to be live at 8:30 Eastern tonight. Please stop by, leave a like. Thank you. Hey, yeah, definitely, Paul. Yeah, for anyone watching, Drew's Property Maintenance. Drew has a channel out there, and he will be going live tonight, 8:30 Eastern. Anyone who happens to be looking for information, just like Paul's channel. I'm assuming just like Paul's channel, Paul gives out a lot of good information for starting small businesses. Paul does snow removal, does lawn care. Definitely, if you're looking for information on that or just want to support a fellow member of the community, pop on over and give that a look. And Paul, just so you know, earlier on, you greeted So Lost She's Found to the live stream. That is actually my fiance. That is. So yeah, thank you for greeting my fiance to the live stream and making her feel welcome and seeing the niceness of our community. But yeah, I think this I might start playing around. You don't have to hang out. Thank you. He's almost to 1,000 subs. Oh, I can't wait till all of us are at 1,000 subs. That'll be so great. But yeah, so I'm looking more towards I think what I'll end up doing is going through looking at some stocks maybe in the pre-market, catching them, looking at pre-market before I go to work and just kind of seeing who might be flirting with first of all, is a stock above or below the 200 EMA, because that tells me whether I'm going to want to play calls or puts, or if I see a move to the opposite side during the day, see an opposite move of the 200 EMA, that would tell me what direction it's going to be going. And all the 200 EMA is doing is telling you which direction the stock is trending. So if the current share price is above the 200 EMA, the stock has a bullish sentiment. The stock price is going up. You're going to want to play calls. If you're below the 200 EMA, then the stock's pulling back on the long term, and you'd be looking to entering puts. So yeah, I'm probably going to start playing around with this. I'm maintaining my regular strategies, but I'm going to add another tool to the toolbox. But everybody, I'm going to wrap it up for the evening. I've got to go. I got to go get dinner, get ready for my evening. Definitely want to thank everyone who came by, spent a little bit of time out of their evening with us. Of course, Bucky Barnes, also known as 1111 Mr. Simon. We had Kalani in the chat today. Paul, Shredda, Pika, my absolutely wonderful, amazing soul wife fiance who stopped by the live stream today. Josh, the granddaddy Claybro, for stopping by, spending a little bit of time. Oh, and I don't know if Bucky was here the whole time and he just popped into the live stream, or I know we get people who aren't able to interact with the live stream. They're mainly listening in the background. Thank you everyone who comes by, and awesome, lots of love to you guys. Yeah, that was So Lost She's Found. That's my fiance. So every once in a while she pops in the live stream, or just gives it a listen and everything. But thank you everyone for stopping by, taking a little bit of time out of your evening. Yeah, Clay was in here, Simon. You did miss out on Clay. Bucky troll. Yeah. But thank you to everyone who spent a little bit of time. Y'all are the reason I'm doing this. I'll keep doing this as long as people keep showing up and wanting to learn. Paul, I am glad. I'm glad we got to go through and set that trade up for you, and come Friday, either you keep your shares and collect your premium, or it gets executed, it gets exercised, and you come back and do bull puts on the opposite side. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the evening. Thank you everyone who stopped by, and from me to you, I wish you good health and good trades, and we'll catch you tomorrow.